Hi, I'm Lee and welcome to the Cellar Door. Today we are at Mitchelton Wines on the banks of the Goulburn River just outside Nagambie. The first vines were planted here in 1969, but the actual history of the site dates back to 1836, when Major Thomas Mitchell crossed the river here on his journey from Sydney to Melbourne. Now one of Australia's favourite wineries, it is truly a place where you can come and escape. With a luxury hotel, day spa, a gallery and 2 restaurants, there is certainly a lot to do here. Let's go and check it out. Under the shadow of Mitchelton's iconic tower, we're going to meet Natalie Cleghorn, the estate's talented winemaker. Bringing over 2 decades of experience, Natalie's expertise ranges from local vineyards to international stages. Renowned for her passion for natural fermentation and a hands-off approach, Natalie is now steering Mitchelton's winemaking into a new era. Let's meet her in the vines and discover her vision for these legendary wines.
So yeah, Mitchelton, we're an estate block, or an estate vineyard, a beautiful place to come to work every day.
It's gorgeous. You're on the banks here of the Goulburn River, is that right?
We are, yeah. Wow. So we're surrounded almost sort of 3 out of 4 boundaries with the river, which gives us a unique climate, I guess, for our grapes to grow in. And so as you can see, they're really, really healthy and happy vines. And we're actually coming into vintage now. So
That's exciting.
Picking tomorrow, which is really exciting. So my first vintage here, and yeah, we'll kick off tomorrow morning with some sparkling base.
Oh wow, fantastic. And so what do we look for when we're walking down amongst the vines at the moment? What are you looking for to choose what day you go into vintage?
Yeah, so for me, it's a matter of coming out and tasting the fruit, looking at the balance of how the number of bunches per vine is going.
And you said this is your first vintage here?
That's correct, yes.
So you're new into Mitchelton?
Yes, I've only been here for 7 weeks. I've come over from Coonawarra.
Beautiful.
So this is, it's a big move. One thing I love is working with historic brands, and that's been, I guess, a bit of an MO of mine with my previous jobs. So to come here and be able to be the next custodian of Mitchelton is pretty exciting.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's great. Nat, obviously it's weeks of chatting to people and planning, but what are we looking for on the grapes?
One of the best parts of my job is to come and taste fruit. Now, it can be a really wonderful thing when the fruit's tasting beautiful like these guys are at the minute. So this is some Riesling, and it's a big, beautiful bunch of Riesling. And what I'm going to do is when I taste fruit,
thank you.
I basically go along up and down the rows and I just taste the berries. And so what I'm looking for is the flavour reminiscent of the variety. So does it taste like Riesling? First and foremost, the picking decision's always made on taste.
That's delicious. I mean, to me, it's so sweet.
Yeah, it is. And what we're looking for,
go again. Okay.
Yeah, is just that balance. I really want what's reflected in the bottle to be what I'm tasting now. So this is going to go towards probably Blackwood Park Riesling.
Okay.
So, I want what I'm tasting, what we're tasting here today. When you try a bottle of Blackwood Park Riesling towards the end of the year, you'll be able to go, actually, that tastes like that in the vineyard. Yeah, for me, that's what it's about. I don't want to have too much influence. Every bottle of wine I like to be part of should reflect where we are and where it's come from.
Mitchelton is coming into vintage, so let's find out what a day in Nat's shoes looks like.
So tomorrow we're going to have a harvester hit the block around 6 a.m. They'll go along with a beautiful brand new selective harvester, and what the harvester does is gently beats the vines, if you like, to knock the fruit off. And so I'll come down and watch that process, and then we'll take those individual berries. Like basically we could knock them off into individual little berries, into bins.
Yeah.
So it's a really lovely, gentle process. We're starting with sparkling base tomorrow, so we want to be really gentle and just extract what we call free run juice. So that's the free running juice that's
Straight out.
straight out. So the fruit goes into the press and whatever naturally comes out is what we're looking for. And that's generally really crisp and clean and vibrant. But picking decisions, for me, the most important decision of the year. Because once you take it off, you can't put it back on.
That's it. So you mentioned you're starting off with sparkling. What other wines will kick into gear tomorrow?
Yep, so this week we're gonna start with our sparkling. We've got some Pinot Grigio coming off on Wednesday, and then we'll probably go into some table Chardonnay to round out the week. If all goes well, we'll have a nice transition into our Shiraz and Cabernet, but we'll see. Hopefully Mother Nature's kind to us.
Being new to the area, Nat, what are some of the wines that you're most excited to make?
Other wine that really, I guess, piqued my interest to come here was the Print Shiraz. I'm a red wine maker by trade as such, and so the ability to work with a wine that has such a great reputation in Australia, a Jimmy Watson winner.
Do you think we should head into the barrel house and see what you've got going on there?
Definitely, let's go down and see what we can taste.
Okay, great.
Okay.
With the Jimmy Watson Trophy standing as the pinnacle of Australian wine accolades, earning this honour is a testament to the extraordinary winemaking here at Mitchelton. It's time to head underground with Natalie to the Mitchelton Wine Cellar. Here amidst rows of barrels full of aging wine, we're about to get a taste of something truly exceptional. We're going to sample Mitchelton's unreleased Print Shiraz straight from the source. It's a rare chance to savour this wine before it graces glasses worldwide.
Here you go, Lee. Here's a glass of our Mitchelton Print Shiraz. And we're down here in Mitchelton's underground cellar. It's a beautiful place for the wines to come and mature and evolve and grow. So we can watch the process from out there in the vineyards all the way through to these beautiful big puncheons full of wine. This wine is really exciting for me. It's one of Australia's sort of best known, I guess, Shirazes. It's got a great heritage. It's, like I said before, it's one of Jimmy Watson. And for me, going forward, this wine will be the very best example of Shiraz from Mitchelton. So we'll only release it in the years that we think that, it's the very best of the best.
Okay.
To try and, showcase our beautiful old 1969 plantings. I believe there's 69 plantings out on the Crescent block. And so that's sort of, I'm hoping to celebrate those old vines in this wine. This wine will be going into bottle in a little while, and so hopefully we'll see it on the shelves in the next 3 or 4 years, and hopefully, who knows, we might win another Jimmy one day. That would be nice.
All right, talk me through this.
I like the Shiraz from this region because it's not super big and really, really sweet. Okay. You can smell there's some savouriness there. There's sort of more in that sort of black currant and dark sort of Satsuma plum rather than really jammy, and that for me is a Shiraz that's far more expressive. A food wine, so it's really yummy to have with a great meal. I mean, I think you're speaking to Dan a bit later. I'm sure he's got some wonderful recipes that would go beautifully with this Shiraz. Sometimes you make wines that are meant to live forever and outlast the winemaker, and so I'm hoping that going forward, this will be the one. Yeah.
Oh, great! I have to have a try. Yum. It's peppery though as well.
Yeah, so that's the thing with Shiraz, that pepper, that black pepper is what we're looking for. So, again, it's all about balance. Like I was saying in the vineyard, with a wine like Shiraz, you want some fruit, but you also want that lovely little peppery finish just to clean everything up and have a nice clean finish at the end.
Nat, thank you so much for talking to us today. I believe we are going to taste a couple of more wines with Kathy at the cellar door. So I will leave you here and thank you.
No worries, it's been my pleasure. Thanks for coming to Mitchelton.
Coming up, join us as we indulge in a curated wine tasting at the cellar door, followed by a culinary journey prepared by Mitchelton's head chef. Don't miss out on this flavoursome adventure. We'll see you right after the break. Welcome back to the Cellar Door Australia. Today we're at the stunning Mitchelton estate, and it's finally time to explore their beautiful cellar door. Here we'll sample an array of exquisite wines that Mitchelton is famed for. Joining us is Kathy, the cellar door manager, who has a selection of their finest ready for us to taste.
Well, to start off with, we've actually got a few of our best wines for you today. But to start off with, we're going to do our cuvee. It's an excellent palate cleanser, but really it's a good excuse to drink some bubbles.
Great.
And it's made with 10% Pinot Noir and 90% Chardonnay grape. So it's beautiful, light and crisp. It used to be 100% Chardonnay, but it was far too acidic. So they found the nice sweet spot.
Lovely.
Yeah. Now for that beautiful sound.
Oh, I love it.
Woo-hoo! And here you go. I find the bubbles in this to be just right, not too aggressive. Okay. We don't like an aggressive bubble.
No, I hate an aggressive bubble.
No. So what you're tasting is a celebration. It dances on the palate and it's just beautiful, light and fresh.
Dances on the palate, certainly does. Those bubbles are perfect.
They are, right? Not too bubbly, because I myself am not a bubbles drinker, but I love this.
Very nice. Yeah. I can see why.
Yeah, beautiful, right? And the colour is just stunning.
That is it's beautiful, delicious.
Too easy to drink.
Too easy. All right, what are we moving on to next?
Now we're doing our Blackwood Park Riesling. So this is definitely Mitchelton's flagship, as it's Australia's most awarded Riesling. Has over 50 gold medals, so we're very proud of it here, and it's a perfect summer drink or all year round. It's not like a German Riesling where it's awfully sweet. It's nice and dry, you get the stone fruits coming through, and it's just very clean and crisp.
Beautiful. I think I may have tasted one of these grapes before with Nat, actually out in Vice.
We'll see. Now you can see it in action. It's beautiful. Beautiful on the nose, isn't it?
Oh, you're right. It's not too sweet at all.
No.
It's nice and balanced. A little bit of acidity, but getting lots of citrus in there.
Yeah, so you get a lot of lime coming through, maybe even a little honeysuckle. It's just perfect, light and fresh, very summery. And it ages beautifully as well.
Oh, great. So this is another one we buy and put it on the shelf.
Try to keep
Try and keep it on the shelf.
Yes. Now we're going to move on to our reds, which is actually my favourite, as I am a red gal.
Yeah.
So to start off with, we've got the Mitchelton Estate Shiraz. So a good little hack with our wines is when it has the white label, it means all the grapes used in the bottle come from the vines right outside.
Aha, very good.
So yeah, it's nice and local, this one. Beautiful colour coming out.
So all the grapes are from here?
Yes, from the vines right outside, actually.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Beautiful on the nose, isn't it?
What am I getting there?
You're getting the oakiness. So we use 90% French oak, which is just beautiful. Not too heavy. American oak is far too heavy. Overpowers the grape.
Okay. That is delicious.
Right?
Yeah, it's quite light.
It is. So you get in a lot of plum notes for that one, a lot of dark berries coming forward, and it's a lighter variety of a Shiraz compared to our Prince Shiraz, which we're going on to next.
Oh, okay.
Let's get into it.
So earlier, we tried the unreleased Prince Shiraz straight from the barrel. Now let's sip on the version you can actually buy. Excited to compare? Let's get tasting.
A little story behind the Prince Shiraz is that we make a Prince Shiraz whenever the vintage is exceptional. So that means really good growing conditions leading to a beautiful grape. And a lot of love goes into the Prince Shiraz as it's oaked for 24 months and hand plunged daily.
Wow. Okay. So it isn't out every year, only when things are top notch.
Only when things are the best. And as you can see instantly, the colour is much deeper than the Mitchelton Estate.
Okay, so that's quite a bit fuller.
Yeah, much more intense. It's perfect, isn't it? Again, with the dark berries, just much more intense, much more, you can tell that the volcanic soil has really produced a beautiful grape.
Thank you so much for talking to us today, Kathy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Now we're making our way to the Providore, where executive chef Dan Hawkins awaits to share his culinary creations with us. Known for his dedication to local and sustainable practices, Dan brings the flavours of the Goulburn Valley to life. With a passion for foraging and a knack for crafting dishes that highlight a few key ingredients, his approach to food is both authentic and innovative. Let's join Dan to explore his unique dishes that not only tantalise our taste buds, but also tell a story of the region's rich produce. Dan, hi.
Hey Lee, welcome to Mitchelton.
Thank you so much. What have we got here?
The two dishes we have in front of us, they're just a couple of really great representations of the food that we do here at Mitchelton. Right now we're in the Providore. We've got a couple of dishes off the menu. At Mitchelton, with our food, we really like to use a lot of the Goulburn Valley. We're in the Goulburn, right in the heart of the food bowl of Victoria. So we like to really showcase those farmers, those growers, and those purveyors that do wonderful things around the area. One of those dishes is this one right here. This is Goulburn River trout with confit cherry tomatoes and sorrel. The other dish here on your right, that is a wild venison backstrap with woodier mushrooms and a potato rosti.
Nice one. So do you work seasonally up here at your restaurants, making sure that you're using what's in season at the time? And
yeah, very much so. Yeah, if we're not working within the seasons, then we're really not working with produce when it's at its prime. Working local, working within the seasons, these are just some of the key fundamentals that make up our menu choices.
Right, and here at Mitchelton you have now 2 restaurants, so Providore here that we're in, and the Muse, is that
That's
correct?
correct.
Yep.
Yeah, we're currently sitting in Providore, and this is our breakfast and lunch venue 7 days a week, and we have our Muse restaurant which operates for dinner 7 nights a week and on the weekends.
Beautiful. So Dan, how would you describe your cuisine here at Providore?
Yeah, the food at Providore and the Muse, we really just like to work with 3 or 4 key ingredients and find some great matches on the plate. We don't do lots of different touch points, 17, 18 ingredients. We just pick those really few key ingredients that match really well together, and then we let the rest do the talking on the plate.
Beautiful. It smells delicious. Paired with a nice wine as well.
Yeah, we picked a nice little Pinot to go with both dishes. We've tried to find a wine that was great in the middle ground. Obviously we've got the red meat, but we've got the trout, which is a little bit more of a fleshy type fish. So we've chosen Pinot, and I think it will match well with both dishes.
All right, Dan, well, this smells delicious. I think we should tuck in.
Let's do it.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
While I finish this plate, let's have a look at what's coming up next. After the break, we're taking a look at Mitchelton's history along the banks of the Goulburn River. Then it's a visual treat as we head into Mitchelton's art gallery. Don't go anywhere, we've got lots more to explore. Welcome back to the Cellar, Australia. We are headed now to the banks of the Goulburn River to meet April, the operations manager. April is going to share with us the fascinating history of this renowned winery and delve into the story behind the iconic tower.
The first vines were planted back in 1969. Ross Shelmerdine, the founder of Mitchelton, sought out Colin Priest, who became our first winemaker, to find the ultimate venue. We're surrounded by the river on 3 sides, so with the soil, it became the perfect place. Mitchelton as a whole opened in 1974, very similar to what you see today. The hotel was opened in December 2017, 54 rooms and 4 suites, and our iconic 55-metre Ashton Tower.
So a bit about the history there. The original architect was
Robin Boyd.
That's right.
And unfortunately he passed away in, I believe it was 1971. So Ted Ashton did complete the works, hence why the tower is called the Ashton Tower.
What was it built for originally? Is it a structure just to, be...
Yeah, just for architectural purposes. He'd been overseas, Robin Boyd had, and seen something of similarity, and wanted to bring it out to Australia. A lot of people think it is a air control tower, but it is not. It's for architectural purposes only.
April, thank you so much for chatting to me. I'm going to continue on and have a bit of a wander. Thank you again.
No worries, thanks for coming.
Next, we're heading underground to the art gallery. Sam, the gallery operations manager, is going to lead us through a world of Indigenous art, unveiling the stories and artists that bring these pieces to life. Let's find out more about the gallery and the exceptional works it houses.
The gallery's been here since May 2018. It was established by Jerry Ryan, the owner of Mitchelton, and Adam Knight, he's our gallery director. It houses some of the largest pieces ever created by individual artists, and it is the largest commercial Indigenous art gallery in the Southern Hemisphere.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is very impressive.
Thank you.
So within this space, Sam, I'm assuming that not all one artist has done all of these pieces of work?
No, so our collection's quite diverse. We showcase works from every major artistic region and community. It's something that we're quite proud of.
Oh my goodness, it's fantastic. Can you tell me a little bit about the pieces? Is it one exhibition or?
So the exhibition sort of rotates quite regularly, especially on the smaller inner walls, whereas the larger pieces around the outside tend to stay here.
Right. So you not only get to work within the gallery, you get to work very closely with other First Nations people within the art space, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. It's a very, very special and unique thing to be a part of, and I feel quite blessed because we may not have the opportunity to work so closely with some of these artists in the future.
So does that mean you're on the road a lot, like out in Indigenous communities, seeing the artists, meeting them, getting to know them?
Yes, so I try to do about 3 or 4 buying trips a year, and that includes going to visit artists that work independently for themselves, but also visits to remote communities that have art centres. It's pretty amazing once you get out there.
Incredible, yeah. Absolutely incredible. Sam, this piece has particularly caught my eye. I just can't stop looking at it. Can we go into a little bit more detail about this one?
Absolutely. So this piece is by an artist, Clarice Tunkin. She's an APY Lands artist from a very famous artistic family. She tells the story of an ancestral creation figure. She actually remembers visiting her cave when she was a little girl. So this painting tells the story of how her land was created by this figure.
Beautiful. It's stunning.
Thank you. It details all of the different landforms, all of the rock holes, the cave itself. It's quite detailed.
It's just beautiful.
It is. So this one is a part of our masterpiece series. We've got a collection of over 50 works that are 2.4 metres by 5 metres. These are some of the largest pieces that these artists have created, so it's quite unique in that sense.
Okay, tell me about this one.
So this is a piece by Charmaine Pooler. She's a utopian artist, so originally from the Utopia area, which is about 2 hours out of Alice Springs. So this one is about the women's ceremony that they perform for various reasons. It's multifaceted in the sense that it's about the body paint that the women paint on their bodies in preparation for ceremony. You'll find some U-shaped sort of icons in there, as well as these round concentric circles. They also represent the markings that the women's feet make in the sand when they're dancing and singing around a campsite. And also the journey there. So some of the longer, more, straight lines, they represent, the journey to the sacred location.
Sam, thank you so much for talking to me today and showing me the gallery. It's stunning. I'm going to have a wander and have a look at the rest of the pieces.
Oh, wonderful. It's been our pleasure.
Thank you. The works here are absolutely stunning. It's a humbling experience to walk through this beautiful gallery, immersed in such powerful art. Now, as our day of exploration at Mitchelton wraps up, it's time to retreat to the comforts of the hotel and unwind in the tranquility of the Mitchelton Spa. We have had a jam-packed day today at Mitchelton Wines. There definitely is something for everybody. I'm about to treat myself to some R&R, so until next time, cheers.